Hey, John.
Hey Eric, how you doing tonight?
I'm all right. Doing well. I feel like I had a very productive weekend. But it's one of those weekends where like I felt really good about getting a lot of stuff done over the weekend, and then I'm struggling to enumerate the things that I
What
did
did
that
I
I'm so
do?
proud
I was
of.
very busy.
I know I was very busy. Uh, so, but like I did some more painting, you know, inspired by my paint failure
Did you
prior.
fixed the fix?
I fixed the fix. I fixed a leaky sink. We went to the farmer's market. I did just a bunch of other chores. I worked on my program. I released my hash check app is now up to date for Tahoe with
Nice.
a liquid glass icon because I would like to be cool like all the rest of the cool
Oh,
kids.
you're so cool.
Um, and and I um, made some food stuffs, which is going to be my something fun because it was a lot of fun. I haven't done it for a while. So, anyways,
Very
foreshadowing.
cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
So,
Oh, I don't know. I
fantastic weekend.
yeah, that's good.
How about you?
I had a 3 day ish weekend because I
Okay.
took Friday off because I moved my younger boy into the college dorms down in Corvallis, Oregon State.
Nice.
So, which was a big day, big
Yeah.
day, and he's like launched. He's
When did they start? Did they start
they actually started today. His
today? So
first
he had
his
first
first
classes
classes were
today.
today. So he had like
Okay.
4 days to
Kind
hang
of
around
assimilate.
campus and play with friends.
Okay.
Which I mean, by the time we had left him, he had found two of his other friends from high school, and his roommate seemed like a really nice young man. Sorry,
Okay.
trying not to say the word kid. Um, but yeah, uh, from Utah out here to study marine biology because
Oh,
Oregon
doing
State's got a
the
great marine biology.
the WUI
Newport,
program, probably.
yeah, probably. I mean, I didn't ask
Yeah,
that
yeah.
in detail, but anyway, yeah, yeah. Seem
Nice.
so. Yeah, my there was a few things that we didn't have planned for because you move in, you try and put stuff in the dorm, and you're like, hmm, why are there no power outlets in this entire room?
Because it was built in
Yeah,
the
uh,
50s.
this is not new. I will tell you that. And who knows when it was like last remodeled? It was not. I'm going to go not this century, but for the remodel, not necessarily the building.
Uh-huh.
Clearly, the building. Anyway, but yeah. So like, I ran to Fred Meyer and grabbed the last few things, including a power strip and extension cord, because of course we brought a power strip, but it had not a long enough extension cord,
Right.
and blah 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 blah. Anyway, but I brought it back, did the kind of handoff in the parking lot because he had like a little crew around him that they were off having fun. So
Mm-hmm.
we went and had dinner, which will be my something fun. Because
Mm.
my wife and I have extremely fond, I might have said this before on the podcast, extremely fond memories of Corvallis, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we did our grad school there. I worked for Hewlett Packard there for 5 years after grad
Right.
school. Bought our first house there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we were poor as church mice, so the a lot of
Yeah.
the restaurants and stuff like that. Like we knew the college haunts, but
Right.
but none of the fancy places,
No.
really. But anyway, so that'll be my something fun later. But yeah,
Okay.
that was the big weekend, or Friday thing. But I got my
Right.
garlic planted, which meant actually clearing and weed eating and tilling
Mm.
a garden bed because I have not done any gardening this year. But garlic you
Garlic
plant in
is
the
a
fall,
late. Oh.
plant in the fall, harvest in spring. So
Okay.
I mean,
I'm a big fan of garlic.
right? Yeah.
I mean,
So
who
so
who
are
doesn't
we.
like garlic?
Uh,
Vampires.
Vampires, jinx. um, but the other fun thing that happened this week
Are you
was,
air quoting fun or
oh yeah,
fun
I'm
fun?
air quoting fun. um, the because it is 100% a radiator problem.
Okay.
Because so you and I were sitting in the Wendy's um,
Yep.
dining room when my son called me and said, "Dad, the car is smoking," and I was like, "Please pull off safely and park and turn the car off," and which he did
Uh-huh.
into like the high school parking lot.
Uh-huh.
And so, a couple things. So first of all, I forgot when I went to pick him up to even look like at the radiator under the hood, and
Okay.
but I did when I was busy. We had other stuff to do, so I picked him up. We left it in the high school parking lot, did the other errands, and then went back that night. Called the tow truck and had the tow truck come and pick it up. But so when we went back that night, it was plenty cooled off. Popped the hood, like first thing, grab the top hose to the radiator, and oh, it's wiggly. Look at it, and it is detached
It should
from the
not be
radiator.
wiggly.
So the hose
Okay.
should not
So,
be detached. So
okay.
totally sure it's the radiator.
Mm-hmm.
The car actually started up and
Right.
drove. So we just kind of backed it out of the parking lot so that the tow truck driver could tow it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he did something I'd never seen before. You maybe have, but he said, "It'll be best to just dolly it." And I was like, "What does that mean?" But evidently, especially for all-wheel drive cars, he had these little separate wheels that so the front got picked up like a normal
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
has two little separate wheels that go on the back, and then with a big bar, kind of levered it up so that the
So
entire
none of the car tires
none of
are
the
on the
car
road.
wheels
Yeah, yeah.
touched the ground. I'd never
Yeah.
seen that before.
Hmm.
Anyway, so towed it back. I bought a radiator, but had to order the hoses, which
Okay.
may or may not be in O'Reilly Auto Parts. So
Okay.
this weekend,
Well, there you go.
I have watched a YouTube video. It does not look too hard.
Like when this all happened, you said, "Well, I'm either going to watch a YouTube video or we're going to send it to a repair place."
Yeah,
And then I didn't hear anything. So my first question to you after when you were back was like, YouTube or repair place? And I think you're like, YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't.
All right. All right.
So
Nice. Okay.
yeah. So anyway, so that'll be the weekend project this weekend. Again, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Okay.
I need the hoses. Actually, ironically, I just didn't have time because I went by O'Reilly's today to pick them up at lunchtime because I had to go pick my car up. Blah 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 blah. But
Yep.
I had like 5 minutes. If I could pick them up, great. Um, and I literally opened the door, saw the line, went nope, and closed
Mm.
the door and turned around and figure I'll go back. Um, well, I thought I might come back tonight, but I clearly didn't. So I'll go back tomorrow at some point when
Okay.
I actually have time to wait in a line because maybe it's just ours. They are very slow. They are very slow. So
Not in a hurry.
yeah, I mean it doesn't help that every person in front of you in line is looking for parts that they don't know what they need and blah blah. Anyway,
Right.
I'm whining now, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I stood in line for quite a bit. Was it last night? Yeah,
Mm.
I think it was last night. I stood in line for quite a bit last night while two people were being helped at the counter. Anyway, it's
Mm.
okay. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay. How about some security? What happened in
Uh,
security this week?
so I don't know if you saw this one. It sounded familiar, but this is an AI one, and this is all about ChatGPT and some of their agents that they use to do things for you. And this is an attack on an agent. So there is
Okay.
ChatGPT has deep research. Google
Okay.
Gemini has deep research. So these AIs have these agents that will go and not just answer questions for you, but you tell it, I want you to go find out about X, and it'll go scour the web and summarize articles and pull stuff down, and autonomously kind of look across the internet and in your browser for different kinds of things. And so researchers for a cloud security provider called Bradware found a way to trick ChatGPT's deep research agent into exfiltrating a bunch of your personal data. Now, to be honest, it's a little convoluted, but not
A little contrived.
completely out of the question. So basically, what you have to do is so first up, an attacker has to send you an email. And it's a malicious email with some prompt injection code inside the email,
Oh,
either
okay.
hidden in white on white text in CSS or tiny fonts or whatever.
Machine
Something the
readable, but not
computer will
necessarily
read.
human readable.
Exactly. And then once they've emailed you that thing, they wait for you, the user, who's using one of these deep research tools, to say, do deep research on my emails to do whatever. And so then
Mm.
this deep research agent, will go scan your emails in your inbox and return, the information in the inbox. And then this prompt, an indirect prompt injection, basically, they're outside the commands that you gave it, but they're inside the email, and it tells the deep research agent to use the browser open tool and execute a malicious command. It can extract all
Mm-hmm.
your data, and it will send this off to a website that the attacker owns. So it's just a
Mm.
proof of concept to show that, hey, this will work for, they did it on Gmail, but they did it on Google Drive or Teams or GitHub or any other website that you might be on, and then asked to do deep research on. Search my GitHub repos for X, search my Google Drive for Y. And if they have their document with their malicious prompt
Mm-hmm.
in the document or the email or your source code or somewhere, they have discovered a way to do this. Now, they reported this to OpenAI in June, and OpenAI fixed the vulnerability. They acknowledged it and resolved it September 3rd. So they are now publishing their article on how to do it, and I've got a little picture there that
Mm.
kind of shows you the back and forth. So it is a little contrived, but you can start to see how having these agents do things for you may not be the most.
But how are we trusting user-provided data? I mean, email is almost worse than some of the other stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe it's not worse than the web stuff. Like, because there was a Reddit example, right, not long ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but the
Now they've got
like
a similar one.
like yeah,
Yeah.
it's anything provided by the client is untrustworthy.
So been
Hmm.
fixed, but there you go. That was my topic for
Shadow
today.
leak.
Shadow leak, ChatGPT agent.
Interesting. Yeah. I didn't quite. I don't think I realized this was their research agent. It all happens from their server, from the
Yeah.
server side.
Yeah.
So this isn't like the Commodore, like something running locally that's
Doesn't
doing the web
doesn't have to be,
traversal.
no. Correct. This is, I'm giving ChatGPT all the credentials to all my stuff. Go look at my stuff. AI
I'm a very
autonomous
untrusting
agent.
person.
Trust but verify, someone always told me.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's a good one.
There you go.
Good one. Good on you, Radware. I brought two tonight. So first one, like 2 weeks ago, I had a topic about a NPM publisher who had his credentials compromised. This is also NPM, but this is an NPM worm, which and
Okay.
the malware strain is called Shai-Hulud, after the Dune worm, because in the GitHub repos where it was posting data, it contained the directory Shai-Hulud.
Okay.
So, tricky though. So, a couple things about this. So, it said, so there were about 100, at least 187 code packages compromised. Self-replicating, aka it found when it was downloaded when a developer downloaded a compromised package, it would run and look for npm credentials, and then it would inject itself into any packages that the user had rights to publish, and then republish those packages to npm, and then ad infinitum. So,
Okay.
hence the worminess. It compromised at least 20 packages from. Well, I thought it said 20 packages. No. It said the malware which briefly infected multiple code packages from the security vendor CrowdStrike. So CrowdStrike got hit for at least a little bit for this. Oh, sorry. The 20 was if it'll modify the 20 most popular packages that the npm token that they searched for had access to. That was the 20. So then it would. So when downloaded, it would install some tools, including, I don't think it pulled it out, but like Truffle Hog. Yeah, Truffle Hog. Yeah, there it is. So, when somebody installed a malicious package, it would install some additional tools, search for credentials, including npm tokens, publish any secrets it found on GitHub into the Shai-Hulud directory. Well, it said it publishes any stolen credentials in a new public GitHub repository that includes the name Shai-Hulud. Here's the quote from the researcher. Once the first person got compromised, there was no stopping it. He said the first NPM package compromised by this worm appears to have been altered on September 14th. And then I think this article was published on the 16th by Krebs. Yeah.
Okay.
It said that, of course, CrowdStrike had a statement that said that, the packages that were compromised, they quickly removed them and rotated their security keys that they used for public repositories, and then said that, those packages were not used in the Falcon sensor. Platforms not impacted and customers remain protected. So that, NPM and public repositories remain a strong source of supply chain attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like it's been a while since there's been a worm that has kind of, I don't know, hit my desk, at least. So there you go. That was the first one.
Okay. Nice.
The second one, I almost couldn't not do this. The problem, again, root cause, APIs, once deprecated, sometimes need to go away. Like gone. Even if that means breaking things. So here's the opening quote for this. This is the link I'll put in here is to the person who discovered it, their blog. It said, while preparing for my Black Hat and DEF CON talks in July of this year, I found the most impactful Entra ID vulnerability I will probably ever find. Microsoft uses this for access to their Azure cloud accounts. The vulnerability would have allowed me to compromise every Entra ID tenant in the world, except probably those in national cloud deployments, because there's some other hardened separation on those. If you are an Entra ID admin reading this, yes, that means complete access to your tenant. The vulnerability consisted of two components: undocumented impersonation tokens called actor tokens that Microsoft uses in their backend for service-to-service communication, and a critical flaw in the legacy Azure AD Graph API that failed to properly validate the originating tenant, allowing these tokens to be used for cross-tenant access. So, problem number one. Effectively, so being able to mint a server-to-server token and then have a legacy the Graph API as the user and identity management, having an API that didn't properly validate those tokens so that you could say whatever tenant you put whatever tenant you wanted in them meant that you could go create yourself a God user, a God token that could do anything in any account. It said, effectively, this means with a token I requested in my lab tenant, I could authorize as any user, including global admins, in any other tenant. Because of the nature of these actor tokens, they are not subject to security policies like conditional access, which means there was no setting that could have mitigated this for specific hardened tenants. Since the Azure AD Graph API is an older API for managing the core Azure AD Entra ID service, access to this API could have been used to make any modification in the tenant that global admins can do, including taking over or creating new identities and granting them any permission in the tenant. Pretty much complete compromise of any Azure account that used Entra ID. He said he reported this vulnerability the same day to Microsoft Security Response Center, and they fixed it within days of the report being submitted and rolled out further mitigations that block applications from requesting these actor tokens. But the final thing about this was that the Azure AD Graph API, which is the legacy one, does not have API level logging. So its successor, the Microsoft Graph, does have logging. But since there's no logging, there was no way to even tell that somebody had created one of these tokens or had enumerated user information or had created a new role or had. I mean, clearly you could go and then look at and say, here's another identity that I didn't create. How did that get created? There's no record of it ever having been created, etc. But pretty much a brutal compromise of Azure. So I couldn't not at least mention that. That's crazy.
Fixed within days.
Fixed within days, of course.
Okay. Yep.
And you have to hope and figure that it hadn't been used, but I don't know. Only Microsoft knows. It wound up getting a CVSS score of 10, which is the highest score you can get.
I guess, go. I mean, if you're going to go for it,
turn it up to 11.
There you go.
Anyway,
right.
There you go.
Nice.
There's my topics for the week. All right. Something fun.
My something fun. I used to make lemon bars all the time. I have a lemon bar recipe that I really love. And my boy was having a party this weekend.
All right.
And
that's a good reason to make lemon bars.
He said, Dad, I want lemon bars. And I said, well, we can go buy some, get a box or whatever. He said, no, I want the kind you make.
That you used to make when I was younger.
Used to make. Exactly. So I found a recipe that's very similar. It's not exact, but it's it's, lemon bars. But I do like the actual real lemon juice and do lemon zest. And, that is the good stuff.
Pucker power. All right.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
And, the butter crust, which is just butter and flour, Anyways.
Those are good.
So that's what I made. So my something fun is whatever your favorite dessert is, go out and make it. I had a great time putting that all together, cooking it, and there still are some left over in the fridge downstairs. So
very awesome.
I will have to not try hard not to eat one on my way to bed.
Get these out of the upstairs fridge or I will eat them all.
Pretty much. So that's my something fun.
All right. Well,
cook a dessert and enjoy it.
I will say that I did not know you were doing that, but I did make a cake a couple days ago.
Yeah.
My son and I ate the last of it tonight. But, I wasn't a fancy cake. It was a box cake with a jarred frosting. So, I mean, it was the lowest possible effort, expended in order to ingest cake adjacent materials. But it was...
What is low R, high I?
Yeah.
Or,
no, the other way.
High R,
high R,
low
low I.
low I. There you go. That's right.
Um, so
Uh,
anyway, but so yes, I agree. That was very good. That was very good. Okay, so ironically, mine is also food related because it has to do with
mm,
after when we were down in Corvallis for dinner, we went
uh-huh.
to one of the pizza places that we used to go to in the 90s.
Still there?
It is still there. In fact,
Mm,
their website says that they have been in business for 47 years,
okay.
and their
As good as you
website
remember?
is 47 years old.
I just went to the website and it looks like
So,
an
what do you
early
notice about
90s
that
website.
website?
What do I notice about the website? It's, yeah, very. Oh,
The
HTTP
S is
only.
for security.
I just noticed that.
It does not serve on HTTPS.
Hmm. It's
So
probably out of some guy's basement.
I have no doubt, no
The little
doubt.
home server.
And
This is fantastic.
so yeah, anyway, so it's called Woodstock's Pizza,
Mm-hmm.
and they have woodstocks.com, which is being served with what looks to be a straight 90s website. I guess I didn't view source, but I bet you if I
That
viewed
is
source,
impressive that they have woodstocks.com.
right?
That's probably worth a pretty penny nowadays. I mean, it's not woodstock.com, but woodstocks. Still.
Yeah. That page
Hmm.
was hand coded. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. That page is hand coded.
All right. Yeah. No
So
CSS, just straight up. Uh, hey, there's some JavaScript.
there's a little bit of JavaScript there.
Table, table, formatting, no CSS. I like it. I like
Uh-huh.
it. Well
Anyway,
done.
so so that was the funny part of this is because
Okay.
when I was like, oh, that'll be my something fun, I was like, where's the website? I'll go to Google Maps and I'll pull it out. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wait, wow, that website looks old. And then I was like, wait, HTTP, what? And I typed HTTPS. No. Let's Encrypt doesn't exist. Whatever. You could totally serve this off GitHub pages, right? I mean, but it's cool. It's cool. It's good.
Very nice.
But I thought this was awesome. Okay, and the pizza was freaking delicious. It
As
was
good as you remember
delicious.
it.
I will say this is very awful of me since I'm praising them. They're our second favorite pizza place in Corvallis, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
That's okay.
It's okay.
It was very delicious, and
Okay.
the crust was perfect. And of course, it's one of those classic like they're throwing the crusts up and spinning them as
Yeah, yeah.
in the
Well, they have
behind
some
the counter.
pictures. It's kind of fun. I was just touring the website. They do have some.
Yeah.
They have a tour,
Oh, look at that.
and they
I
have here are commercials in real audio.
Wow, I have not heard of real audio in like 2 decades.
Yeah, you click the
That
link, it goes to file not found. So
okay.
they
Yeah.
just haven't bothered fixing it.
I'm going to go with a college student set them up with this in about 1998.
I maintained and hosted by Matrix Digital Media. Hmm.
Anyway,
All
the
right.
interior also hasn't been updated. So very nostalgia inducing. But it's good. It was
Uh,
awesome. It was very enjoyable.
no, that's awesome.
And I think the leftover pizza was had
With cake
maybe Monday
tonight?
night.
Oh, okay.
No,
It
no,
didn't last that long.
no. We had leftover casserole tonight.
All right.
But it's been very much leftovers. But hey, that is what it is. All right, that's enough. That's fun. Go
Yeah.
if you're in Corvallis, go to Woodstocks. It is good.
All right.
You can't go wrong.
You can get the second best pizza
Except
in
if you get one of
Corvallis.
those pizzas that came to the table. That was weird, but that's okay. It was like pineapple and garlic and onion and green pepper and
You lost me at pineapple.
I was like, well, I'm a Hawaiian fan, so
Mm,
sorry.
no,
Um, but anyway,
no.
it's all good. To each their own. Everybody's welcome
Exactly.
to eat their own pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Eat your own pizza.
You know what also is good? Pineapple bars instead of lemon bars.
I have never had such a thing, but I could see
Oh,
that.
you can make. Oh yes. Anyways, I digress.
Somebody's gonna go make some more desserts.
I may have to stop by the fridge on the way to bed tonight.
All
All right.
right, my friend. Have a great night.
Have a good
I'll
night.
talk to you later.
Yep. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.